pontification with all these moments between other moments in life and everything, you know. So I'll go driving off wherever I need to pick up for the third trip from a hardware store place. Third time up there in 2 days. I drove up there the first time, I got 1 gallon of Flex Seal, and then I realized another paint can of Flex Seal would be probably good to have in the future, if not needed immediately. And now I'm realizing I have to get some of the tape also. And I called, I don't know if it was some sort of marketing extravaganza to give me mobile and everything, but it was some idea of it being the last one left or something like that. So I can't see what time it is, because this whole setup is in the way. Strangely enough, when this live stream menu is activated, it actually doesn't retain having the clock there, so that's okay. I have a feeling there might be more than one of those things, or that I'll be the one to get the last one left anyway and have some security for some roof spots that need to be adhered to. I had this kind of like quivering feeling as the rain persisted all last night, and I had some tarps over this area that I didn't want any water seepage to move through or anything. So it's kind of the hardware maintenance and repair topic of this, I don't know, Mobile Loam, I guess I'll call it. Sometimes I forget that giving a moniker to yourself allows the attenuation of more playfulness rather than having to rant about the dreary of life. The dreary gets pushed over onto people, though, a lot of the times. I'd rather just live whimsically by whatever means of giving myself the allowance to do so. Those people are nuts. When you're in traffic and it's a war game of survival, people think we've evolved. It's just more of a psychological war. You tipped over. This isn't going to work very well. Uh-oh. Now what? I hit a menu. This is great. I don't care. It doesn't go away though. That's awesome. I can't see what's happening. This is sweet. I'm gonna hit that and it's gonna mess up. It's gonna fuck it up. That's okay. There we go. It's back to how it was. That thing's gonna keep moving and flying constantly. There's nothing to set it up with. I set this little stone right there, but that's not gonna help either. I don't think it would. Maybe it will. It's the strangest day of knowing that there's like a show later and everything like that, but at this point expecting nobody to turn up, and I'm wondering if myself will even, you know, if I'll be there. I'll be surprised if I'm there, if I have some, you know, ability to find a hammock somewhere. It's not a very intuitive app. I'm not a boomer or anything. Boomers think I have endless spending allowance too, by the way, because they do. I'm like cutting my teeth real simple and sharp onto basically supplying a cost-effective world and everything. So, I'm gonna go like this. These potholes are bad. This town is a banner that's rotting away, and the reality of how it's become is underneath the banner about it. I think my speaking of such would cause quite a fuss to the tourist department and all, so. What did I do though but have the strangest breakfast you could imagine. And then there's this. And what more? Camera is corded around my charging cord. That's nice. fly, on the go, and all that. I'm a night person, and this world of daytime is a lie. Nobody's apt to... And it sounds like a rant, it sounds like I'm grumpy, but it's just the truth that needs to be told about things. There's not really any fulfillment of embarking... Woof, woof, woof. Woof! I mean, that squirrel that just made it from not getting punished by vehicle tires across the highway had fulfilled more in its leap than the collective human race is establishing for anything right now. Because nobody's building any temples that in the future we could look back at and regard as ancient temples of, you know, a knowledgeable species or anything. Now I have the opportunity to flip this through. So I saw a friend's father yesterday, and I asked how he was, and it seemed to cause a fuss by asking that question. And it steadfast stress and nervousness of a situation impelled that human to drive off immediately. It was strange. So I was the only one out of that group that stuck it straight, you know? Like, I was always confused as the one that would have gotten on something or whatever, but I wasn't, and then everyone else did. But I'm not sure my friend's parents had ever known that or anything like that, so there might have been an association that I was that person, but that's not the case really. So, but it would have been a wonderful thing to meet up with that person again, because man, I need a good drummer. Strangely enough, for any drumming though that I was going to have to my music, it would be a lot more laid back and simple. I'd almost just rather find somebody right now that never played drums in their life but has it in them as a natural factor. These people are crazy. People do this every day. This is my second time with 3 trips up this way, and yes, I did used to do this I had done this every day. This very route of insanity. And now there's a war, even more deeply so, on the highway. The highways are falling apart, and all that kind of thing. And I need to go to like New Orleans, or Memphis, or Nashville, or Austin, or Washington on the other side. Washington on the other side. Washington over on... These people are fucking crazy, dude. Like, people are insane, and they all do this just to survive enough to do it again. And everyone knows that. No one wants to hear someone like me say that, but... And look, man, I don't got a battery in here. And I was just gonna take a photo of something right up this hill. I was looking for a card I needed, and I didn't have a battery in that camera. And it makes me sad inside. You're not allowed to say, but it bums me out, but that's alright, whatever. That's okay. If I need to take a photo of something and I don't have a camera around, you know, then just do an illustration. Those are things people do still. People illustrate. I just want to see, do an inventory on that. It's all there still. That's nice. Sometimes it would take like 3 days and something you had to go on a kind of mission, almost a crusade. I don't want to say crusade. This is a game of human against human. This faculty of vehicles, barbarians without the capacity of pounding their fists on their chests and roaring outwards. It's barbarians of snideness in the civilization of marketing gimmicks and everything. And the only way I could make it is if I turned into a gentrifying hipster. Which it's a tragedy. And I'm not more for the tragedies. I think I'm for the humor and neutral chaos, not by choice. The survival mechanism to find answers sometimes means you have to inhibit neutral chaos. And that means finding a place called Chapel Perilous, which Leary and Wilson and Taro Ali had written about very much, and I connected immediately with that subject matter. It made me feel like, you know, there's different levels of mutation for your consciousness on this planet, and all the normies and everything take ideas like that and they attack ideas that are outside thinking and everything like that. So it's not a survival of the fittest, it's a survival of the most. It's just what Christopher Hyatt had written about. And I was so happy to find people that want to be like self-developmental while being outcast still, or being stuck in the aspect of being an outlier no matter what. Those are some points of use. Now I gotta go, so I'm gonna go.